Hello there! Good morning! Welcome to another lesson. Today, we're going to have reading. Are you ready? Let's get started. Kindly get these materials for our lesson. Reader's and Writer's Notebook, English copybook, and pencil. Our learning objectives are review the high-frequency words, name the story elements, and answer critical thinking questions. These are the elements of our story. The title is Alexander Graham Bell, a Great Inventor. Author Lynn Blanton. This was the person who wrote the story. She is Lynn Blanton. Genre Biography. A biography is a non-fiction text that tells the story of a person's life. So it means that this story is about the person's life and it's about the life of Alexander Graham Bell. Let's have a review of the high frequency words. The first word is built. Built means construct something by putting parts or material together. Ali built the doghouse yesterday. Built. Number 2. Early. Say early. Before the usual or expected time. I wake up early in the morning. I go to school early. Number 3. Learn. Learn. Learn means to gain knowledge in something by studying. I learn how to read and write in the school. Learn. Number 4. Science. It is a system of observations and experiments used to gain knowledge about how the universe works. We study about animals and plants in the science class. We also study about the sun, the moon, and other things about the universe. Number 5, through. Through means moving in one side and out of the other side of an opening, channel, or location. I heard the sound through the wires. Through, through. Let us try to complete these sentences. Choose your word inside the answer bank. Number 1. Why do trees drop their leaves in the blank fall? Your choices are science, through, learn, early, and built. The answer is early. Why do trees drop their leaves in the early fall? Next, number 2. How can a root grow blank a wall? Is it science, through, learn, early, built? The answer is through. How can a root grow through a wall? Number 3. Which birds blank those nests in the tall green grass? You are correct. The answer is built. Built. Which birds built those nests in the tall green grass? Number 4. We blank all these things. We we learn all these things, correct? And number 5, in our blank class. In our blank class. In our correct science class. In our science class. Let's try some activities. Drag all of the pictures to the boxes in the correct order. This is the life of Alexander Graham Bell, a great inventor. Can you guess what is the first picture? All right, these are the correct orders. Let's try another sequencing of events. Rearrange the events in the life story of Alexander Graham Bell. You have to write numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 to show the correct order. Let me read to you the sentences. Alexander Graham Bell was born in Scotland in 1847. As a teen, Alexander liked studying the science. Alexander kept on inventing things until his death in 1922. And Alexander met Thomas Watson and helped him invent a telephone. All right? Which is the first event in the life of Alexander Graham Bell? You're right. Alexander was born in Scotland in 1847. The number 2, correct. As a teen, Alexander liked studying science. Which is the third one? Is it Alexander's death or he met Thomas Watson? Yes, you're right. He met Thomas Watson and helped him invent a telephone. And the last one is Alexander kept on inventing things until his death in 1922. Great job! One of the best ways to send someone a message is to use the telephone. What do we know about how a telephone works? Do you have any idea? Now, we're going to read about the man who invented the telephone. The man who became the reason why we can communicate or talk to our friends or loved ones even though they are far away from us. He is really a great man. We are talking about inventors. But what's the meaning of an inventor? An inventor is a person who makes or creates something new for the first time. Today, we're going to read about a great inventor. Let us answer the critical thinking questions. The first one is, why is Alexander Graham Bell's invention important to people everywhere? What do you think? Say your answer. The reason why the telephone is important to people everywhere. It's because it made it easier for people all over the world to communicate or talk to each other, especially to their loved ones who are far away from them. Number two question. Why do you think the author wanted to tell about Bell and his life? What do you think? Why did the author choose Alexander Graham Bell and his life? The author wants us to learn how Bell's interests and hard work led him to invent the telephone. Because telephone is very important for communication, and the author thinks that this is useful or this is a good lesson to share with the readers. Number three, what happened after Bell and Thomas Watson met? Bell and Watson worked together to build the first telephone. Bell got a patent and they tested the phone and found out that it is working. It worked. Fourth question. How do the timelines help you understand Bell's life? As you observed in your book, there are timelines written before that part. How did that timeline help you understand Bell's life? The timelines help us understand the order in which the important events in Bell's life happened, such as the year is given, it is written, and the important event happened in that year or in that date. Number 5. Look back at pages 177 to 181. What was Alec Bell like when he was a boy? First, Alec liked playing music. He played piano quite well. His mother taught him how to play the piano. He also liked watching his dad teach deaf boys and girls. He liked studying the science of sound. And he liked inventing new things. So these are the things that he liked doing when he was a boy. Kindly get your Readers and Writers notebook. Open it on page 570. Read the sentences. Unscramble the letters. And write the word on the line. Choose your answer from the answer bank. Number 1. Many boys and girls like science. Number 2. We blank about plants. What's the answer? Unscramble the letters of the underlined word. Correct. It is learn. We learn about plants. Number 3. We get up blank to see the sunrise. Correct. Early. We get up early to see the sunrise. Number 4. We blank a little car. The answer is built. We built a little car. And the last one, we took blank the glass. We look blank the glass. The answer is we look through the glass. Correct. Now go to page 571. Read the story and follow the directions. Let me read to you the story. Mr. Lee's class is going on a trip. First, they all get on the bus. It is going to be a fun day. Then, the class gets off the bus at Rock Park Zoo. Rock Park Zoo is a big zoo. Next, the class walks to the snake house. Number 1. Circle words in the story that help you know the order of events. What are the words that help you see the order of events? First, then, and next. Okay, number 2 instruction. Write 1, 2, 3 to show the order of story events. Which happened first? The class gets on the bus, the class walks to the snake house, and the class gets off the bus. Which is number 1? Write your answers. Okay, check your answers if they are correct. The first one is the class gets on the bus, then the class gets off the bus, and then the class walks to the snake house. All right, number 3, draw a picture of what might happen next. Then retell the story in correct order. So, they walk to the snake house. What do you think will happen next? Draw your answer inside the box. Alright, this time get your reading booklet and open it on page 23. Reading booklet. Alright, these are the story elements of Alexander Graham Bell, a great inventor. Circle the correct answer. Number 1. Who is the author of the selection? Alexander Graham Bell, a great inventor. Is it Lynn Blanton or Ellen Stoll Walsh? The answer is Lynn Blanton. Number 2. What is the genre of the story? Is it animal fantasy or biography? You're right, it's biography. It tells about the story of a person's life. Then next, which sentence tells about Alex's birth? Is it he was born in Scotland in 1847 or he was born in Canada in 1950? The answer is he was born in Scotland in 1847. Alright, now turn to page 24. Complete each sentence and circle your answer. These are the high frequency words. I blank a sand castle at the beach last summer. Is it but or built? The answer is built. I built a sand castle. Number 2. We performed experiments in our blank fair last week. Is it A, science fair or B, silent fair? The answer is science fair. 3. I blank a lot in my English class every day. Is it A, learn, or B, lean? The answer is learn. Next, number 4. I go to school blank for the assembly. Is it A, evening, or B, early? The answer is early. I go to school early. Okay, let's go now to letter C for the story sequence. Use numbers 1 to 4 to arrange the sequence of events in the life story of Alexander Graham Bell. Okay, Alexander Graham Bell was born in Scotland in 1847. As a teen, Alexander liked studying the science. Alexander kept on inventing things until his death in 1922. And Alexander met Thomas Watson and helped him invent the telephone. Kindly write your answers and check your answer here after you write. These are the correct order. Right, great job everyone. Let's go to letter D. Compare and contrast Alexander Graham Bell and his father. What is their similarities and what are their differences? Okay, what can you say about Alexander? Alexander spent more time in inventing new things. His father focused on teaching deaf children because that is his job. But both of them taught deaf children. The only difference is Alexander later on spent more time in inventing things. So he focused on inventing things. But his father focused on teaching. Okay, let's go to critical thinking questions. Page 25. Why is Alexander Graham Bell's invention important to people everywhere? What do you think? Why is telephone important to people everywhere? The telephone has made it easier for people all over the world to communicate or to talk to people who are far away from us. So it's a big help. Number 2. Why do you think the author wanted to tell about Bell and his life? The author wants us to learn how Bell's interests and hard work led him to invent the telephone. So the author wants us to learn from the life story of Alexander Graham Bell, from his interests and hard work, how he made or how he invented the telephone with his hard work and perseverance. You're a great reader. This star is for you. Till next time, goodbye and thank you, everyone. Are your answers correct?